Alright, so let me start by saying I apologize there wasn't a vlog yesterday. I've been working like really long hours at the offices, making sure that pretty much everything is running smoothly for uploads and managing pretty much 7 channels. Me and Barney have been taking the reins. I think I mentioned this in my last vlog. Me and Barney have been taking the reins for Nick and Scott while they're gone. And it's funny because most of our work, everybody is like a puzzle piece. They fit into their own puzzle pieces, and if you take them out, the entire thing pretty much crumbles. So like what we're doing right now is we're trying to play like 3 or 4 pieces, and it's a little bit difficult. So yeah, I apologize for being unable to make a vlog, but I wanted to make it up to you with the video that has been requested of me for a long, long time. So I'm not gonna do that cliche crap where people draw their crap on a whiteboard, because I just feel like I mean, it's a nice concept, don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on people who do it. Don't get that. It's just I feel like if I'm going to share something personal with you, I want to do it face to face, not through a whiteboard. So, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So, this is Drawing My Life Without a Pen. That's a neat title. You know what? That's what I'm going to name this video. But so where could I start? Let me see. Man, I never really wanted to do this one because I don't want to throw anybody under the bus. I don't want to like cause any kind of drama, but just know that every person that I'm going to talk about right now, I love, I care about, they're on great terms with me, and they're important people in my life. So, with that being said, I didn't have one of the best childhoods. Like, I really didn't. My dad tried as much as he could to maintain the family, but it's difficult when you're in that position. Since I'm gonna be a father myself soon, I know I'm getting a grasp. I don't know because, Dad, if you're watching, I'll never be able to know what it was like. So all I can tell is as I've grown older, I've understood. Like I understand. Like shit wasn't easy. Like it's it's just life. But at a pretty young age, I had been dealing with ADHD. Like that's not the bad part. Like if you have ADHD, that's not a horrible thing. You just can't concentrate. Um, but at a young age, my like actually everything was going smooth. Like my entire childhood up until I was about 5 years old. And I don't know if you know this, but if you have bipolar or schizophrenia or or multiple personality disorder, it starts and develops at 2 different ages: 5 years old, and if you become an adult, so like 18 to 20 to 25, it can develop at any point at those times. So usually you're pretty much golden for, I don't know, a couple like years until it develops. But unfortunately that happened to my sister. So my biological parents, I don't know if you know this, I'm adopted. Um, my biological parents, which means my birth parents, they were not good people. Like, in fact, my I can say this because fuck it, my biological father is actually in jail right now. So when I was a baby, the reason um, I was adopted out and taken away from them by child services was because the guy was just kind of fucking crazy. Like he just didn't really know exactly what he wanted to do with his life, and he made stupid and poor decisions. Like he used to, and these are just from the police reports. Uh, and it might be a main reason why my sister got so fucked mentally, because I kind of got off a little easy. Like, the only thing that really happened to me was they left me in my crib for like 2 months. I was covered in crap and pee and rashes all over my body, and the back of my head was flat, because I had not been moved out of my what is it called, crib. I had not been moved out of my crib for fucking God knows how long, and that wound up like getting CPS call. But what they did to my sister was just fucking brutal. They would literally like put her under laundry baskets, tip them over, trap her in it like a cage, and they would put like lots and lots of books over the top of it so she wouldn't be able to move for hours. And like, I mean, I don't hold resentment for that shit, because I wasn't even aware that it happened until like my real parents is what I'll call my real parents, and then my biological parents. So my real parents, the ones that you've seen in vlogs and stuff, the ones that I love dearly, and who, if anybody talks crap about them after this, I will fucking block them. I don't have tolerance for that. These people raised me. These people have made me who I am, and these people have made the person that you love to watch. So, sorry, I lost train of thought, because I never wanted to make this video, because it is really hard, but I feel like it's a good way to bond with you guys and to get to know me and know where I'm coming from. But my biological parents, bad people, cribs, poop. I mean, they would hold like knives over my crib. Like, they were kind of fucked up in the head, and they definitely needed help. My biological mother, I have no idea where the fuck she is. That's a lie. I do, but I don't at the same time. I'm not going to go into that part. I know where she is. I'm not going to tell you where. I'd prefer it just stays. Let's not go near that. She's crazy. Yeah, so just a lot of fucked up shit happened that caused these two parents, my mother and my father, the ones that I actually call my mother and my father, to adopt me and to adopt my sister. And my sister, like I said, my biological mother, my birth mother, she has a lot of fucking mental issues, and I managed to dodge a bullet, barely. Like, I do have a little bit of bipolar, and that's why I'm a little bit crazy in my videos. I go from like emotions real fast. And I have manic depression, bipolar. If that's what it's called. But basically what it is like, I can get like happy and then depressed like a fucking second later, and it really shows in my Instagram, because I go from happy pictures to like sad pictures. But my sister wasn't as lucky. She didn't really dodge as many bullets as I did, and she got hit smack dab with pretty much every possible mental disorder you could think of. She had bipolar, schizophrenia, multiple personality disorder, and she got fucking wrecked by DNA, and genetics. And like about the age of 5 or so is when it started to appear for her. And like I said, no hate towards any of my family. They're all beautiful people. And my sister is doing well now. But back in the day, she was not the best of states. So basically, when she was about 5 or so, she started showing symptoms of her bipolar. And she wound up getting like put into special school, like Cascade program, is what it's called in Washington. I don't know what it's called in other places, but she was like jumping up on desks, flipping tables, throwing books in class, just kind of not doing super hot. And unfortunately, she would bring a lot of that home as well. But that didn't, nothing really noticeable started until I was about like, I don't know, 10. Like I wouldn't say like, oh yeah, I remember all that crazy shit when I was a toddler. Like I really don't. Like fuck it, I'd be lying. I'd be lying if I said like, yeah, dude, I remember everything when I was 5 years old. Like fuck, no. And anybody who says otherwise and they're freaking whatchamajiggies, draw my lives, or they're fucking lying. Like that's not a thing. I mean, if you do remember everything when you're 5, that's cool. But when I'm 22, I don't remember shit from fucking 17, 18 years ago. It just doesn't. I don't fucking understand it. But I just don't remember it. But what I do remember are decently traumatizing events in my life that caused me to be the person I am and caused me to grow up. But right around the age of, I want to say 9 or 10, my mother, bless her heart, she's okay now, but she wound up getting addicted to painkillers, and it really took my family for a fucking ride. She would have strokes and overdose a lot, and I remember the first time I ever saw her overdose. I think I was 13 years old, and I decided to stay home from school, and I decided to stay home from school, and it's because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was kind of a stubborn fucking kid. I was like, I don't need to go to school, fuck that shit. Like education is important, guys. Like, I know your mother and your father probably say it to you all the time, saying like, yo, school is important. It fucking is. Like, that looks amazing on a resume. If you ever want a job in the future, make sure to stay in school. But so the first time I ever walked in on my mother having an episode is what I'm gonna call it, because it happened more than once. I walked in on her, and I didn't know what the fuck was happening. I was like 13. Like, for the longest time, my parents actually told me that she had a hole in her heart, which I think is a real thing, but they said she had a hole in her heart which caused her to have strokes all the time. I later found out, like, I was oblivious until I was like 16, that she was fucking addicted to painkillers. But when I was 13, I walked down the hallway, took a right into my mom's room, and she was just kind of there on the bed, propped up against the wall. So her wall is like right here, her bed is right here, her back is propped up against the middle, and she's just kind of sitting back and completely green and just kind of gurgling mucus from her mouth. And she was overdosing. Like, she was fucking dying. And I didn't really know what to do, so of course I called an ambulance, and saved her life. But I mean, that kind of fucked me up a little bit. It was around the age of like 14 or 15 that I decided that I was gonna start kind of raising myself, because, like, when I say a shitstorm happened, I mean a shitstorm happened. Like, around the age of 13 as well is when my sister, she started having a lot of her fucking episodes where, I mean, I'm not going to get too much into it because, like I said, I don't want to get too personal. But like, she would come home, she would throw things around, she would get in fights with me, like, knives would be pulled out every so often. Like, it was not a good and safe environment. And if my kid was ever in that kind of environment, like, I don't know what I would do. Like, it's never gonna fucking happen. That's ever. Ever. And like, 13 through 18 was one hell of a fucking time. Like, I guess I understand now why people do Draw My Life, just because they can script this whole fucking thing and make it easier to talk about. But I just, like I said, I'd rather just say it, but so that people will stop asking for my Draw My Life. But yeah, 13 through 15 is the times that I just kind of fell into my huge depression, and started gaining a lot of weight because I just didn't want to leave my room. Because anytime I left my room, I'd be walking into a shitstorm. I'd be walking into either my sister losing her shit, breaking things, and fucking shit up. And don't get me wrong, I was not the best of kids either. Like, I got fucking angry at the world for all the shit that was happening to me. So, I mean, I kind of closed myself off and became very quiet. And just kind of did my own thing, turned to the internet, and just fucking started doing videos, actually. But, yeah, I never wanted to really leave my room. This is where we're about, like, at the age of 14 or so. Because really not that much happened when I was a kid. I mean, yeah, my sister and I fought, but it's nothing, like, noteworthy. Like, yeah, fucking, we fought, and we was, like, fucking Batman versus Superman, yo. No, it's like, there's nothing serious. It was family drama. Like, that was it. The only thing that was really fucking up our family was, like, we wound up losing all of my I wound up losing all my cousins. I wound up losing all of my uncles. My grandma. Well, not my grandma. My grandma stuck around. My aunts. My entire mother's side of the family wound up leaving because fucking my mom was addicted to painkillers and lots of medication, and they couldn't have that kind of drama in their life right now. So, I mean, I understand, but I don't at the same time. If somebody needs fucking help, you fucking help them. So, but I mean, I understand where they're coming from. They have their own families they need to take care of. But, they have their own families they need to take care of. My mom was part of the family. They didn't take care of her. And they kind of just left my dad to do it, and me as a fucking kid to do it. And it's not that I'm angry at them, because I understand where they're coming from. Like, that is so much drama that you just don't want to get into. And as an adult, I understand. As a kid, I was fucking mad. I was like, why the fuck wouldn't you guys help us, blah, blah, blah. But as an adult, I understand. Like, it's not your fucking job. It's not your duty to fucking do that. I mean, if a person's going to help themselves, they need to help themselves first. And then you can get involved. If they don't want to help themselves, then it's going to be you're going to be fucking going up an uphill battle, an uphill fucking river battle with no paddles. You're just going to be fucked. But, I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Like I said, I have ADHD. So, I say ADD for short, but I know it's not ADD. It's ADHD. And I just say ADD for short, but, you know, whatever. But, yeah, so, like I said, my life wasn't that dramatic up until about 13 or so, and that's when my sister started going to a lot of different mental hospitals, for her conditions, which unfortunately kind of stripped my parents away from me for a while because they needed to take care of my sister. Like, their mentality was, all right, so Adam's doing okay, we need to take care of this person, and then we can take care of both of them. And that is a reasonable thing. Don't get me wrong. If you have one of your kids who is, like, losing their fucking shit versus one of their kids who seems to be content, help the one who's losing their shit, but still pay attention to the one that's not. Well, I got kind of thrown on the back burner, and that's okay. Like, it helped me grow up faster. Yeah, so my sister started heading to all these different mental hospitals around the age of 13 through, I don't know, 16, like a really long time, actually. And she'd probably been to every mental hospital in the state, and I think even one out of state, and nothing was really helping. She would come back and she would throw a fit, and we'd get in fights and fucking guns a-blazing, fucking glasses smashing on the walls and shit happening like that. And she would go right back, and nothing was fucking really helping. And it's a sad fact of life that sometimes just shit just doesn't work out as planned, and it just is a real big bummer. But yeah, so at this time my mother was still addicted to painkillers, and my sister was now in and out of hospitals all the time. At this point, I had just slumped in like one of the biggest depressions of my entire life. I hated everything around me. I just locked myself in my room like all day, and I played a game called RuneScape. and I kind of got lost into that world and just didn't really want to do anything. Like I hated my life. I stopped going to school. I had no friends. I just didn't fucking want to live. Like, as cliche as that is to say, but I was too much of a pussy to kill myself. Like, I was too much of a bitch to just do it, because I always had in the back of my mind, like, what if something else happens? What if something good happens? And that's the type of optimistic attitude that I feel like any of you guys who are struggling through depression really needs to have. Just remember that, like, things will get better. I'm living proof. So the age of the age of 16 was crazy. So my mother started taking these other pills that were really fucking weird. So they did this weird thing where they made her think that she was dreaming while she was awake, like straight up Inception shit. Like his wife in Inception, it was like that, but really, really weird. So basically what she would do is she would think that in order to wake up she would need to die. Like that is actually, like, I can't make this shit up. I'm not making this up, because I'm about to get into some gruesome details that have been, like, fucking with my head for a long time. But I've gotten over it, but it's still going to be in the back of my mind that I'm just so sad that my mother went through this. I'm so sad that my mother, like, I'm sad that I didn't know. I'm sad that I didn't know sooner, and I didn't realize sooner, like, what was happening to her. And I hate it. Because if I had known, like, if I was not as oblivious, I could have fucking helped her more, but I fucked up. But, yeah, I walked in on my mother one time, and my dad, like, yelling. I didn't know what the fuck was going on, and, he was actually trying to pull a knife away from her, because she had already, like, slit her wrists open, like, down the track, not across the road. And, I walked in on it, and I realized really, really fast, because I was 16 at this time. I wasn't a fucking idiot. I was 16 at this time, and I was like, holy fuck. I was starting to understand what the hell was going on. And, I don't know if my sister was in a mental hospital at this time, or where she was. I can't remember. But, like I said, like, a lot of traumatizing shit happened to me in my past that, like, the reason why I really don't remember a lot of my childhood is because I don't remember it. Like, it is locked away. And it's not that like I said, I'm not angry at anyone. Like, I'm not angry at anyone. Things just happen. Shit just hits the fan. It just happens. And it was insane. My mother had just slit her wrists open, and she fucking, like, it was insane. I never fucking, it caught me off guard. And of course she went to the hospital, and she got stitches in her arms, and she survived. Like, she's alive. My mom's still alive. I love her. But, like, fuck, man. And that's, like, the worst part is this wasn't the first fucking time. Like, this was the first time, but this wasn't the last time. The last time that it happened was when I was staying home, and I was sitting on this my couch in the living room, and down the hallway I saw my mom walk into the bathroom. I was staying home at this point because I didn't know what the hell was wrong with her, and I was curious. I didn't want anything to happen to her. So she walked into the bathroom, and I was watching Mythbusters at the time. I remember this so vividly because it was so fucked. But there's a car, like, right next to my car. Don't hit my car, buddy. But I remember this so vividly because it was so fucked. I see her going to the bathroom, and I had just started my episodes of Mythbusters, and like 30 minutes later, like, or no, when the episode ends, and if you know how long a Mythbusters episode is, it's about an hour long. My mom hadn't left the bathroom for an hour. So, of course, I get up, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And so I tap on the door, I'm like, Mom, what's going on? And all I hear is like a grunting noise, like a grunting noise. And instantly I know what's happening. Like, I know exactly what's happening. These meds are fucking doing some crazy shit again. She thinks she needs to wake up. And I start pounding on the door. I'm like, Mom, open the fucking door. I say, if you don't open the door, I'm gonna kick it down. She just says, leave me alone. So, of course, I kick the fucking door down. She's sitting behind the fucking door. So I'm awkwardly, like, pushing my mother with the door. I managed to finally get in after, like, 5 or 6 minutes of fighting back. I'm like, Mom, if you don't open the door, I'm gonna keep pushing you. I'm gonna fucking crush you. She gets up, and she moves to the other side of the bathroom. I whip open the door, and I just start checking her body. I'm like, what did you do? What did you fucking do? What did you fucking do? And there it is on her stomach, a huge fucking stab wound. That fucked me up. So I start checking all of the cabinets in the bathroom, and there's just this huge fucking steak knife, like bigger than this water bottle, but like thinner. So like it goes about like that. Like it's like this, and then really long. And she, of course, like I call the fucking paramedics. They come by. They tell me to wait outside because, I mean, I told people that she had a knife. I don't know if she has any more. They said, wait outside. It could be dangerous. I shouldn't have done it. I should have fucking stayed there, but I'm stupid, and I was a kid. And, I mean, 16, but it's still a fucking kid. She just is, like, getting escorted out by paramedics, and she stuffed a fucking butter knife in the same wound, and she just, like, she was out of it. Like, she was not her, and it fucking sucked. And I feel so much for her because, like, yeah, she was addicted to painkillers, but addiction's a fucking thing, dude. Like, it sucks, but yeah, around the age of 17 or so, that was after that happened, and I wanted nothing to do with anything. I stopped going to school. I went to court because I had ditched school so much. There's this thing in Washington, I don't know if you know, it's called the Becca Bill, where if you don't go to school for this amount of days, then they seek, legal action on you. Like, yo, where are you? You're playing hooky. This is curfew type shit. We don't know what you're doing, and you could be doing bad things. So we want you in school to get an education, which is a nice fucking bill. Like, don't get me wrong. That's good. That'll help a lot of students who think that learning is just a joke to do things. But it fucking sucked because I wound up having to go to court a lot because every time they fucking let me off the hook, once again, I was depressed. I didn't want to fucking go anywhere. And so, like, eventually, like, police officers started to escort me to school because, like, they were like, yo, dude, Adam, we just want you to succeed. And I was such an ignorant kid. And I just was like, I don't fucking want to. I was just so depressed. Like, it was bad. I'd be lying if I told you that I had not tried. Like, I had tried. I'm ashamed to admit it, but I have tried. And I regret every moment of it. I regret ever being in that place because of where I am now. And like I fucked up when I was a kid, man. I got too much into my own head, and I didn't see the goals in life that I should strive for. So if anybody here is watching this and they have depression, just know that things get better. Because right around the age of 17 or 18, I think it was about 17. 17 sounds about right. Yeah, because I'm 22 now, and I started like 5 years ago. I was actually about 16. It was after all that shit happened. I started watching YouTube videos. So like, when you guys sit here and say things to me like, "Oh, your videos inspire me to go on every day," or blah blah blah, "you helped me through such a time," like that resonates fucking hard with me. Because back in the day, I used to watch videos by like Shane Dawson and Make Me Bad 35, fucking Waste Time Chasing Cars. A lot of these huge YouTubers back in the day, like Nigahiga and everybody, Smosh, these were all like the big YouTubers back in the day, like iJustine, Shay Carl, all these people. They were the top dogs. Anybody who was on the station was the top dogs. And it's like kind of funny because PewDiePie and Markiplier and all these people, they're your generation. They're your generation of YouTubers. My generation of YouTubers was Smosh and fucking all those people I just listed before, and Kasim G and all those other people. And I used to watch their videos, and they brought me out of such a shitty, dark place. Like when I met Shane Dawson for the first time, I told him that. And don't you ever fucking think for a second that Shane Dawson, any of his emotions that he shows on his videos are fake, because it's not. He's not. He's a very good person. And I could tell the first day I met him. Like, I had just passed him in subscribers when I went to this YouTuber party. I introduced myself. He knew who I was, and that was one of the most highlighted moments of my fucking career, because this guy, like, helped me through so much shit. And I told him that. And the guy fucking started crying. Like, the guy is as real as it gets. And, so about the age of 16 or 17, I started watching all these videos, and I wanted to do that. I wanted to be the guy that people looked up to. I found, as cliche as it is to say, I found my purpose. I found what I wanted to do. And I started making videos on this game called RuneScape, and I would, like, have actors, and we'd, basically those machinimas that you've seen, like pirates and all those other things. I did that, but with RuneScape. And, it was so much fun. I met so many people. Like, in fact, like, I hired on for an editor, like, one of the people I'd known 6 years ago. And it's awesome. But, like, I don't know if you know this, like, Dartron and fucking KK Comics and, like, Munching Brotato, Deadlocks, they're all these people from this RuneScape community 6 years ago that I knew. And so I started making these videos, and I started getting happier. I started getting more motivated. People started leaving good comments. Like, people liked my stuff. I had found my purpose. People liked my stuff. People liked what I did. People liked me. And that was so fucking foreign to me, because I was a fucking shut-in with no goddamn friends. And that was so new to me. And all I wanted to do was make people laugh. Like, all I wanted to do was make people like me. Like, I just wanted people to fucking like me. Because I had no fucking friends. The only friends that I had were internet people and Ethan, 5M, from back in the day on my old videos. By the way, we're not on bad terms or anything. He just doesn't fucking play Minecraft anymore. That's it. That's all I wanted. I just wanted people to like me. I wanted people to enjoy my content. And I wanted people... I wanted people to like me. That's literally as cliche as it is to say. Like I didn't want fucking shit tons of money. I didn't want shit tons of things. Like, where I am now, fucking, I never knew that. I did YouTube for 3 years before I did SkyDoesThings Minecraft and made a fucking penny. I didn't make fucking anything. In fact, in the RuneScape community, if you were to even accept donations or any type of financial money, because we were all stupid kids who didn't have to pay bills, If you accepted any of that, you were a fucking scumbag of the earth. Like, I had been like, I had never wanted money because it was like a crossroads in the RuneScape community. You can get money, support yourself, or you could be liked. Pick. Like, and so I wanted to be liked. And so I went ahead and did that instead. And so for about 3 years, I started doing this kind of stuff, and I just kind of got in my zone. I still was incredibly depressed, but I used comedy as an outlook, or an outlet. And meanwhile, this is when my mother goes to rehab, and she did well. Like, Mom, if you're watching this, I'm sorry for making this video, but I'm very proud of you. You've made such amazing strides, and you're doing so well now, and I'm so fucking happy for you. Sister person, if you're watching this, then I'm so fucking proud of you too. Like, you've come so fucking far from that chick who used to throw tables and throw glasses, and who used to believe in fucking aliens from outer space calling you some messiah. Like, you have come so far, and I'm so proud of you. But anyway, and Dad, fuck, man. When I even reiterate all these things that happened in my life, I can't even believe you got through that shit without fucking tearing the family apart. So, thank you. But around the age of 17 through 18, I started making these RuneScape videos and found kind of a purpose in my life and making people happy. And then one day, I just quit. I quit RuneScape videos, and I was like 330 pounds, or I was like 320 pounds or so. And there's pictures of it on my Instagram of how fat I used to be. And it's because I was sitting in my room all day. Like, I didn't do anything. I literally had my bed propped up next to my computer desk, so I never had to move. Like, I had given up on life so much. I just didn't want to do anything. And I just got up one day, and I fucking Forrest Gumped this bitch. I just started running, and I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the adrenaline rush of jogging and running. So for like 7 months, I stopped making videos, and I dropped 120 pounds. And I felt fantastic. I felt great. And it just was fucking awesome. And I came back to YouTube with a whole new fucking persona. Like, now I was energized. Now I had confidence. Now I knew what I wanted to do, and I felt good about the way I looked to do it. And so all of my friends stopped fucking playing RuneScape, and they all started playing this game called Minecraft. I thought it was fucking dumb. I was like, why would you guys ditch our favorite game? And little did I know that I was going to watch a couple videos by X's Adventures of Minecraft, and I was hooked. I fucking thought it was the coolest shit. And I started a series called SkyDoes Minecraft. A series. Like, that was just, the name of the channel was just for a series. I never knew it was going to blow up. I never knew that people would like me that much, and I would make a dent this big in this community. I never thought that would happen. Like, I never thought that I would be able to afford all of my parents' rent. I never thought that I'd be able to afford my sister's rent. I never thought that I'd be able to take care of Elisa and employ all of these people and try and set them up for whatever kind of success that I can. But I started SkyDoes Minecraft about the age of 18. It blew up, and I started making a lot of money. Like, I was a kid. I didn't know what the fuck to do with this. I just fucking finished working at Subway for like 3 months. I only worked at Subway for 3 months, by the way, guys. Or a year. I don't remember. Like, I really have bad memory, guys. But, started doing YouTube, made it my full-time career. I'd become happy. I'm so happy. Like, I've never been more happy in my entire life. Not because of the money that I've gotten, not because of the success that I've gotten, but because I've found my purpose. Because I know what I'm going to do. Because I know I'm no longer in the dark about what I'm going to do with my life. I know what I'm going to do. And I'm so happy. So people who are watching who are depressed, I know this is a long video. People who are watching who are depressed, just know that things will get better. You just haven't found what makes you happy yet. And the only way that you can find that is to tough it out, to keep going, and to keep moving forward. Because the second you stop moving, you wind up stuck in your fucking room thinking about all the worst possible things you could do to yourself. Don't do that. Go outside. Breathe some fresh air. Understand that whatever is going on is temporary, because life is time, and time keeps moving. And you're never going to be in the same place that you were yesterday. That's not how it is, because it's a new fucking day. It's a new fucking day in your life that you have to choose what happens with it. Anyway, guys, I just want to make this video so that I could finally shut everyone up about my fucking drama life, and I felt like it was necessary to make. Like I said before, I hold no grudges. I hold no harbored emotions towards any of these people, because I love them so much with all my heart. And I want you to love them as well, because although, yeah, they may have gone through some crazy shit, they have made such amazing strides to fix their lives. My mother is completely clean. My sister is on medication, and she's like a completely different person. And my dad helps me with everything that I do on YouTube because he is so proud of me. And I wanted to just make this video, guys, so you could get to know me a little bit better. Anyway, guys, I'm actually late for work, so thank you guys so much for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you later, recruits.